everybody. Hope you've all been well. This has been an exciting week to be a Denver Broncos fan. Been a fan since 1983, so I've seen a lot of the ups with Elway and Peyton Manning and a lot of the downs the last 6 years, Jay Cutler, etc. The trade for Russell Wilson was absolutely amazing. Shows that the Broncos, with the new coach, are trying to go forward with a chance to try to win a Super Bowl again. Obviously, just because you got Russell Wilson doesn't guarantee anything. You still have to deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. You have other teams in the conference. Buffalo's very good. Tennessee's good, etc. Even in your own division, the Raiders and the Chargers are formidable teams. So they're going to have their work cut out for them. But Russell Wilson, to me, is a future Hall of Famer. Been to the playoffs many times. 2 Super Bowls. Won a Super Bowl against the Broncos, how ironically, when they kicked the crap out of us, unfortunately. But, to me, going forward, the good young talent on the Broncos with Jerry Jeudy, Cortland Sutton, Tim Patrick, KJ Hamler, good running back, and Javonte Williams. They have a lot of offensive talent that I think Russell Wilson would be exciting to use. They got 3. When you have 3 wideouts that can do a good job in the NFL, it makes so much pressure on the defense. Yes, they lost their tight end, Noah Fant, who's very good, but they have Albert O. I can't pronounce his last name. It's very hard. He's a decent tight end. Can always draft one. You never know, etc. Defense was very good last year. They lost Von Miller, but they still managed to keep their points per game under 20, which in today's NFL is very difficult with the rules that favor the offenses, where basically offenses can score 24, 27, 30 points a game like nothing. Back in the day with Elway, you could have defenses that gave up 15, 16. Chicago Bears gave up 10. The Ravens 11, whatever it was. It's not the same game where you could play defense. I wish we could get back to some of that, give the defensive guys a little bit more help. Not saying it has to be clutch and grab, but let a little bit more get away as opposed to pass interference. It's a little bit too easy. But anyways, I digress. There's a lot of symmetry with this move. It reminds me of when they brought in Peyton Manning in 2012. Basically, same thing, coming off a stretch of years where they struggled. They had Tebow. They did make the playoffs, but they were only 8-8. They weren't the greatest team in the world. They added Demaryius Thomas, God rest his soul, was a big part of that team with Manning, Eric Decker, what's his name? Good tight end. God, I can't remember his name. I'm old now. Number 80, caught 10 touchdowns, whatever. In 2013, they had Welker as well until he had concussion issues. But I think this team reminds me a lot of that team, the 2012, 13, 14. The competition in the AFC is a little bit better now, I think, than it was back then. The Patriots they were in a little lull before they went from the first dynasty in the early 2000s to 2014 on, although the Broncos did win a Super Bowl in 15 in the middle of that. But I digress. I think that they're very similar circumstances. Maybe I'm being a puke homer. I hope not. Like I said, I've been a fan for a lot of times, and I've been very critical of this team. And if you ask my son Matthew, when they do crappy, they do crappy. They've had no quarterback. They've gone from 10 to name some of the bums, like Jeff Driscoll, come on. And Brett Rippon with his chicken arm was terrible, terrible, terrible quarterbacks. Flacco at the end of his career, unfortunately good before, but when the Broncos got him, he wasn't very good. But I love this move going forward. I'm so excited for the first time since 2015 when Manning was still here. It's just, we'll see what happens. The NFL is very tough, obviously. Green Bay is good every year in the other conference, and the Rams just won the Super Bowl. How ironic, they just added a quarterback too and gave up some capital. And a lot of talk about, did the Broncos give up too much? In a way, it's a lot, but I don't think so, because yeah, you lost your first round pick. Fine, it's like trading a first round pick for Russell Wilson this year. You do it in 2 seconds, obviously. You lost your second, but you also had a second from the Rams, so you're not behind the 8 ball there. I think you might have 2/3. Next year, you lost your first and a second, but hey, you know what? That's the price of being good. You can add free agents. If you draft well in the 3rd round and draft well this year, you can cover for next year. You can always make a trade and move up to the 2nd round, etc. You never know. But we'll see what happens. But it just puts the Broncos back on the map again. Doesn't guarantee anything because the division is tough. I have so much respect for Kansas City. The Broncos haven't beat Kansas City since 2015. God, it was a long time ago. I remember the game. It was a Sunday night game. Manning brought them back. I remember they had a fumble recovery that gave them the lead late in the game. I don't remember who the guy... Bradley Roby got it. It was so long ago. Kansas City has dominated them. Denver had a chance to beat them this year. Unfortunately, they didn't. But we'll see. Anyways, thank you for watching my video, my rant, etc. I hope, as Bronco fans, if you are watching, you're excited about this. As other fans in the sport, I hope you now can respect the Broncos more and not laugh at them because they have no quarterback. Between Bridgewater, who was okay, mediocre. Bridgewater is good if he played for the 85 Bears, where he did make mistakes. But the Broncos didn't score enough touchdowns last year, and that's why they turned their coaching staff over. And we'll see how it goes. All right. Thank you all for watching. Have a great day.